it is done so well. I mean, like, so well. People have the right responses. They have you questioning yourself. I think it's, again, I think it's some sort of class that people get on the down low.
I'm looking up the definition because some people don't know exactly what gaslighting is. It is manipulation, using psychological methods into questioning their own sanity or powers of reasoning.
Yes.
So, yeah, I think a lot of people, unfortunately, play mental mind games with folks, making them think that something that is actually happening isn't happening. And that's horrible. It's cruel. And I know a person who does that all the time. And I used to tell him, this, you gaslight people.
Yeah.
And he didn't know what it was. Or at least he said he didn't.
Right. He acted like he didn't know what the term was.
And I don't know if he did or not. I don't know. But I sure didn't have a problem in telling him
what the definition was.
That's right.
Right. This is what you're doing.
So this is what you do to people.
Yeah.
And what, Gary?
I think it's easy for people to, make someone else the victim or make someone else the villain. So they can spin things, and they can, it's not me, it's you, or it's not you, it's me. But in reality, they're saying that I'm the good person and you're the bad person.
Absolutely.
And you're the person that caused this, you did this,
Absolutely.
and these things that happened were a direct and proximate result of your actions. But I'm a good person.
And then when you try to tell them,
They're all defensive.
they're defensive and they argue with you. And as if when you try to tell them how you feel, they argue with you. You can't argue with me on how I feel.
No,
how
you
I
cannot.
feel is mine, and there is no argument. Look, I'm just trying to have a discussion. So then they get upset, and then it's the ghosting.
Yeah.
I almost feel like do gaslighting and ghosting go hand in hand?
They are very
One is they
closely
grow on the
related.
same tree.
They're cousins.
I
Yes.
agree.
For sure.
I agree.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I feel like, we have to look at ourselves sometimes and say, okay, how am I presenting this? And you use all the right tools and you present it non-confrontationally. And then you say to yourself, okay, am I using all the right nouns? I'm starting my sentences with I because I'm talking about the way I feel. And no one should be able to, say you don't feel the way
Right.
you feel.
Right.
And if you do all the right things and your delivery is, respectful, and you still get the same result where they're still defensive, they're still trying to turn it around to make it seem like, you're just hypersensitive or, everything upsets you, then I think that you probably have an issue of gaslighting on your hands.
My thing is this. There is no emotionality piece in it. I mean, we're going to talk like adults. We're going to agree to disagree if that's
There's no emotionality.
in terms of I'm mad, so therefore you have to talk to me a certain way or differently than you. We're going to have an intelligent conversation.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
I'm not going to argue with you. That's my point. There's no argument.
Yeah.
We may disagree. We may agree to not talk about it until we can come to a better understanding. But one thing, I'm not going to raise my voice at you. You're not going to raise your voice at me. You're not going to hide behind your feelings, and I'm not going to hide behind mine. We're going to have intelligent conversation, or we can table it until we can. What we're not going to do is have that whole emotionality piece in there where, oh, you hurt my feelings. Okay, well, let's talk when you feel better. You know?
Now, see, I don't know about that, because if somebody is hurting and crying,
That's a visceral reaction.
yeah, it's a human emotion.
I get
it's a
that,
human emotion.
but-
You
but-
can't say, well, don't
Control your tear ducts.
Yeah.
But I'm saying that I'm not able to meet that energy. I can be empathetic without doing it with you, but I'm not at that point where I'm like, I hate you, baby. It's so right. I'm not that. So let's talk when we both are, we both are having the same tone of voice. Let's take the emotionality out of it.
Well, I don't know if I can do that.
Yeah, I know.
Because if I'm
women are emotional beings.
Yeah, you're asking for someone not to feel, and again,
Yeah.
that's,
No. I'm
not
telling you,
normal.
I'm saying no. Get it all out. Do it all. But let's talk about this substantive issue. when you are not as emotional as you are now.
Well,
ain't no
I don't
way.
agree with it. And I don't want
It-
anybody telling me I can't talk about something.
Right, because
I'm not saying that you can't talk about it, but
if my boyfriend hurts my feelings, and
Talk about it when you're less
yeah,
emotional.
yeah, and I'm
What?
crying.
Yeah.
The last thing I want him to do is say, you know what? When you stop wetting your shirt with them tears,
We can talk about it.
then we can talk about it. But until then, I would
Right.
never want him to do that to me.
Because we
Not
aren't
ever.
going to be emotional about this conversation.
I would want
Gary,
him
no.
to embrace me and want to talk about it. I would want him to make it better. Whatever it
That's
was
going to
for
make
me.
it worse.
you
Yeah,
can, you
that would
you,
make
that's
it
the
worse.
argument
You,
waiting to
you can
happen.
cry on my shoulder. I can hold you. You
Can you imagine that?
You
You're
can get it
crying,
all out.
It's like,
You can-
walk
you-
away. You're like,
Where you going? Where you going? Right? Why are you leaving?
We gonna talk when you feel better.
oh my God. I'll be like, oh my God.
Oh my goodness, Gary. No. You listen, if someone is at a place where they want to talk to you, they can say, hey, are you emotionally available to have this conversation with me? Okay, if you say yes, then we're talking. And if
Okay.
I'm emotional about something, I feel like
If you grow to that point, I mean, if you start off crying, then man, I have a choice about, hey, okay, I see that you're upset. But if I'm talking to you and we're talking about it and it gets heated and all of a sudden I'll get you to it, and I'm like, ooh, wow, let's talk when you feel better.
Oh my gosh. Really?
Yes.
like
Okay.
how does that work out for you? Just,
I mean, like everything, it has a 50%
Right.
chance to work. It can work
He
or
needs
it
a
cannot.
Stepford
I
wife
know,
or robot
right? Oh my
because
God.
that seems a bit extreme for someone not to be able to have any emotion in a conversation. It's like talking
It's
to
not about no emotion.
as you would put it, cardboard.
It's different subject.
Yeah,
but,
right.
But it's not that you can't have any emotion. I don't want that to be, and I'm not gonna immediately turn the spigot off. But if you're boo-hooing, I want you to get that out. I want you to have time to get in contact.
But I
with
wanna
your
do it with
feelings.
you.
Right? Not with
I'm
me.
not leaving.
Calling my girlfriend.
Right. I'm not leaving. I'm right here. I'm listening. I'm just.
But
not,
you just said, let's talk about it when you feel better.
Right. We're not
Like I'm
talking about.
sick.
We're
We
not
can't-
going
we
over
can't
the
talk
substance
about it
of
while
I'm
I'm
still
crying.
here. You cry on my shoulder. Yes, honey, I understand.
But don't say nothing.
Right.
No. Let's hold that thought. Let's
Right.
talk about it when you feel a little better.
No. See, to me,
No.
that's like gaslighting right there. That's take the emotion out. Talk to me the way I want to be talked to about your
then he's
feelings
gonna turn around
that are
and walk
yours.
out. Then he's
And then he's
gonna
going to leave,
ghost you.
right? And he's
Then
going to
he'll
ghost you.
So are you even saying that I was clever enough to gaslight the two of you in a
tried.
conversation
Yeah.
about gaslighting?
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
You tried.
Yes.
No.
You ladies give me so much credit. Thank you. But that
Man, hush. That's what you said.
That is horrible
still
to do
gaslighting.
that. Right. No, you should be able to have a conversation with someone, express how you are feeling because they're your feelings, without someone trying to take the situation, turn it inside out, spin it upside down, and make it seem like you have done something wrong to them. Now, they have the right to be upset with you because you were telling them how you felt about something that they probably did to you, or something that they did and it made you feel a certain way. You cannot silence people. That is the worst feeling in the world, for someone to silence you. They're taking your voice away. They're manipulating the situation and saying what you feel doesn't matter. How you feel about it has no value. It's all about me, and deal with it or don't.
See, now when you say it all like that, now I feel different and bad and stuff. I
And
want to take
yet
back
this is
my
probably
I want to
somebody
take
who
back
say-
my earlier answers, and I want to revisit this.
Right.
I want to talk about it now because I'm feeling a little emotional.
With some emotion, right.
I'm out. I'm ghosting you now.
Not the deuces.
I'm like,
The
man, I
deuces.
can't believe you actually would leave your girlfriend crying and say,
Not leave
you know
her
what?
alone.
Talk to me when you feel better.
Right.
When you stop
He
all
would
that
just
crying.
totally, so you wouldn't leave the room, but you would,
No,
mentally
no,
you would
I'm
check
there.
out. You would
cry
just
on
be
my shoulder.
disengaged.
We can We can talk about
Cry on my shoulder. I have the remote.
Right,
Watch
exactly.
Flicking the
finished.
channels. Right.
you listen and you let her get your shirt wet. You rub the back of her head down.
See,
to
this
her
is
neck.
appeasing.
That's so mechanical.
Yes, and he's just appeasing the
Right.
situation. You aren't really listening. You aren't digesting. You aren't absorbing any of it, which means this is likely going to happen again in the
Gary.
future.
Because I gaslit her.
No, because you don't understand and you don't care enough to understand. So whatever the issue is will manifest itself again in your relationship.
Absolutely.
100%.
Until the lesson is learned.
Until you understand.
Until you understand.
Until you want to understand. Instead of deflect and project.
Bully.
Bully. It's not healthy.
No.
So you guys are my friends, right?
And yes, we are.
So because you were saying that I'm going to do this again, right?
If you treat her like, call me when you stop crying.
So
and you
will
feel
you
better.
all be there when I do this again to talk me off the ledge, to
Yeah,
point me in the
because
right
let me tell you
direction?
something. You will never have any peace in your relationship when you gaslight your girlfriend. You will never have any peace.
She won't have peace.
Because she won't have any peace. And you
that's
won't
gonna
have a
affect-
girlfriend for long.
Yeah.
Let me say this.
You'll have a new
I
girlfriend.
don't ever want to gaslight or bully anyone. Seriously, I don't. I'm having a little fun here at your expense, a little joke, but
Yeah,
He
okay.
got us heated, right? If this is a joke.
Yeah, ain't no joke.
no. I mean, I like most people, I don't want to be the bad guy. And sometimes in listening,
But if you're doing bad things, then you are the bad guy. You can't not want to be the bad guy and do bad things. Get it?
that's how that works.
I cannot with you. I'm not talking to you anymore.
Ever?
Right.
Maybe we can talk when you feel better.
Oh my God. See,
No, I mean seriously, like this is a serious subject, so I want to kind of redirect my energies, and I do not think that that's a great idea to tell someone that, especially
to
in
tell
Great.
someone what?
Good, fair.
You don't think what's a good idea to tell someone what?
We'll talk about it when you feel better, and I don't ever think that there's a situation where someone should be gaslit. I don't. You all don't believe me. I
Not
can
even-
see it.
No, because
Right.
you backpedaling.
Yeah.
You backpedaling.
With-
But that's okay if you genuinely see the error of your ways, because talking to your wise friends, then
And
okay.
you won't do that anymore. You won't.
Who are going to be there for me if I should ever make this mistake again?
With a bunch
I'm
of
not
I told
feeling
you so.
confident.
That's what I got.
I'm not feeling confident.
I mean, we women, we just cannot stand that.
I'm already feeling bad for her, and I don't even know who she
Who
is.
her is, right?
I want to console
I'm like,
her.
girl.
Talk about talk
I'm
you
like,
off
girl.
the ledge. I want to be like, girl, you ready?
My gosh.
No, I mean sincerely, I don't want to be that person that gaslights somebody. I don't want to be that person that.
Your woman should be comfortable in coming to you with her concerns and her expressing her feelings. Because
And again, it needs to feel like a
makes
safe
for
place.
yes, vulnerability makes for a good relationship.
And the term is, I don't want to be emotionally handicapped. I want to be able to address my feelings and her feelings, and both of our feelings at the same time. So that is where I am truly.